According to UFPD, 80% of students have helmets, but either leave them under their seats or in their dorms when they ride. They only take a few extra seconds to put on. All animals that have been brought by their owners to Alachua County Animal Services for temporary shelter have been picked up, but dogs like this one and over 40 others are still available for adoption. Many consumers are unaware of the efforts being put towards keeping this breakfast staple on grocery store shelves.
Commissioner Budd.
Aye.
Mayor Poe.
Aye. The motion passes unanimously.
With a lot of emotion.
Conversion therapy, also known as reparative therapy, is counseling performed with the goal of changing a person's sexual orientation or gender identity by a licensed psychologist or religious advisor. This typically includes talk therapy, but can also involve aversion treatments such as electric shock. A January study by the Williams Institute at the UCLA School of Law estimates 20,000 LGBTQ youths currently between 13 and 17 years of age will undergo conversion therapy from a licensed healthcare professional before they turn 18. Many organizations, including the Human Rights Council of North Central Florida, attribute this high number to LGBTQ youths coming out earlier.
Kids are coming out in middle school and certainly in high school, but that also exposes them to potential otherwise well-meaning parents and guardians that might kind of force them into converting from being gay, or even if they're just questioning being gay or lesbian.
Organizations such as the American Psychological Association and the American Academy of Pediatrics have warned against conversion therapy's assumption that LGBTQ identities are treatable mental illnesses. This assumption is associated with depression, anxiety, and more.
For 5.5 years here in Gainesville, Florida, I went to therapy on a weekly basis. There I was assured that being gay was wrong, but that through therapy I could change. I started to feel a deep sense of shame, guilt, and embarrassment. I started to hate myself. I started to hate the man that I was.
Many therapists, however, believe orders prohibiting conversion therapy on minors are a violation of free speech.
I think that really, regardless of what you believe or think about the issue, about LGBT issues, every American citizen should be really alarmed that lawmakers are trying to tell clients what they're allowed to get help for.
According to the Commission's legislative agenda, the ban does not include counseling that supports a person undergoing gender transition or identity exploration and development. The ordinance went into immediate effect and is punishable by civil penalties. Next up, North Central Florida human rights organizations will push to extend the ban through Alachua County. Palm Beach County became the first in Florida to ban conversion therapy on minors in December. 11 state governments have already issued statewide bans of conversion therapy on minors, with Maryland becoming the most recent to do so on Wednesday. Stefanie Hall, WUFT News. Scooter Safety Week at UF was started in 2015 by the student government agency Nightlife Navigators.
My actual little brother in my fraternity had to go to the hospital just a few months ago from a scooter incident. So it's always been something that's on my mind, and I think it's an issue on this campus that needs to be addressed a little bit more.
Through Wednesday, the organization is showcasing t-shirts, helmets, and tips for staying safe.
You know, students, again, they have the helmets, they're just not wearing the helmets.
To encourage use, the theme of Scooter Safety Week is Helmet Hair is Hot. This year, State Senator Keith Perry has filed a bill that would require all scooter riders under 21 to wear helmets. According to UFPD, 80% of students have helmets, but either leave them under their seats or in their dorms when they ride. They only take a few extra seconds to put on. If you don't have a helmet, New Scooters for Less has donated some that can be picked up at the UF Police Department.
And we just promote the idea that wearing a helmet isn't this bad thing, and if we just all did it, UF would be at our campus for it.
But wearing a helmet isn't the only thing that can keep scooter riders safe.
Make sure that your scooter's in good working order, your indicator lights are working, both brakes.
Police also urge you to think about minimizing distractions and wearing proper footwear and eye protection.
You can have different events to raise that awareness. If we could save one life at a time, then we've done a service.
Before Hurricane Irma, Marion County Animal Services had too many animals and not enough room.
Leading up to and after the storm, animal intake can be kind of high.
Many of the dogs were going to be euthanized if they couldn't find a safe space. So Animal Services and groups in Alachua County stepped up.
And we are so grateful to Alachua County Humane Society and Alachua County Animal Services for helping us out with their time and resources and letting us use their space to ensure that these dogs find forever homes.
Alachua County opened its doors to 115 animals while also seeking out temporary fosters.
We even had.
They also worked with the county commission to help open 3 pet-friendly shelters that house 244 animals. After Irma, 2 planes sponsored by the Humane Society flew animals to other states for adoption.
You know, even though we really weren't terribly affected by the storm, or at least, you know, we weren't hurt by it, the building wasn't damaged or anything like that, but these animals go up there to these other states and they come off the plane, they're cute, cuddly, and they can say that, you know, they've survived Hurricane Irma, and I mean, they get adopted just like that. So, you know, it's a win-win situation.
All animals that have been brought by their owners to Alachua County Animal Services for temporary shelter have been picked up, but dogs like this one and over 40 others are still available for adoption. Even if you can't adopt, you might help by donating money or supplies like food or blankets. Stefanie Hall, WUFT News.